I mean, if you're a Munster coach going to Cape Town, if you're a Stormers coach welcoming Munster, Dobo, how would you look? What must the guys look out for?
Yeah, that's an interesting question you're asking me there. Firstly, in the last game, Connacht against the Stormers played all the rugby. That's all the ball possession, everything. And Munster plays the same. They want to keep the ball. They want to do the same thing. So the first question the two coaches will ask, how much rugby must we play?
Yeah.
Or is it a kicking battle into a counter situation? Or what will that be? I think being a final, my feeling, if I was the Stormers coach and I was Dobbo, I would really analyse them well and say, these guys are very narrow in their attack. Mackie said it. We can defend in phase after phase after phase. But if there's a chance, anything, let's stick to our DNA. Let's counter, let's play, because that's where the magic starts. The Stormers, you must not put in a box and tell them, be conservative. Even if it's a final, we've seen it with them, they must play. So that'll be an interesting thing, because this Munster side, guys, they can counter well. Still, if they want to counter-attack, they can do it well. The interplay is very good. Now, I want to show you here, there's the kick. Dobbo, now you're defending, you're almost in the same colours there. So you're defending there, this is what you'll get. You'll get the loose forwards playing wide, you'll get Omani running on the edges, quick ball recycling, and they'll hit the blind again. So that for me is one thing, you've got to be very alert on their counter-attack. They carry the ball really low. The cleaners are very quick in. They talk about the aerial cleaning. So they do that component very, very well. Their interplay, if you have a look at the next clip with their interplay, then you'll see they structured. Munster is so structured and so organised. There you'll see one thing on their counter as well with the organisation. Omani in the inside, scrum off outside. The guy who catches the ball is protected. There's a blockers. They're not interfering, though. He'll pick a side. Now, you'll see Omani, who was the blocker there, he's first in, and that 9 was the other one. Let it go now. But here comes the thing that I enjoy most. From that catch, they're already organised. In a box, there's the 3 guys in front, the 1 behind. Now, look at the interplay. A minus to the left, the same one will plus to the right, and that is a lovely variation. So the Stormers, Norman, with your defence coaching there, you'll have to cut legs quickly. You've got to kill space. You can't allow that to happen.
They pass like that, we'll welcome that any day.
Yeah, true. So, patience on defence. I would not every time just rush up. I'll count my time when to rush and when not. But you will tell you better on that. But you got to now play that well. So I really honestly think it's going to be very much the same picture. That's what I said earlier to you two gents. Then Connacht, the only difference is Connacht like to play it at the back more, where they play much direct of their string attack.
The one big advantage, I must say, for the Stormers is the fact that they don't just cut legs. So they'll go ball and cutting legs. And I think that will actually count massively in the favour of the Stormers. Because as you could see, on all the counter-attacks of Munster, once they go through the contact, they want to offload. And against the Stormers, they probably won't have as many opportunities to offload in contact because of the pressure that Norman Laker and believes in on defence.
So that's exactly correct. They get off the line incredibly quickly. They don't like allowing the runners to run at them. They're not a waiting defence system. They're a closing space system to put pressure on the ball handler and the ball receiver to try and get turnovers, first of all, through double hits or through a knock-on or a pass that doesn't go to hand. And secondly, to give advantage to your stealer. If you hit the tackler behind the advantage line, your stealer's coming from the side. He's in an advantageous position to take the ball. So a guy like Dion will be effective. The real problem is if they get that little half gap going. And the one thing about this box attack that's incredibly effective, when you've got 2 players and 2 players behind, this one here can be an inside option, but he's also a cleaning option. The guy behind is the bailout option, and the guy on the outside, it can clean. So what happens is they get a double cleaner onto their ball carrier, and the Irish call it the shotgun cleaners. They're double-barreled. They come and they smash them off the ball, and it's a real problem for Steelers because they get tackled well past the ball. They don't just clean you here. In fact, if I was Dobbo, I'd be talking to the referee going into this game. I say they clean you 2 or 3 meters, which is completely illegal, beyond the ball, which allows such quick ball for their number 9. So the defence system has to be really rock solid. It is helped by the fact that they are a little bit narrow and very direct on their attack. Discipline is going to be critical because they kick to the corner and they have got a very good driving maul. They've scored a lot of tries through their driving maul. But their weakness, I think, is their scrummaging, and they could.
Yeah.
The problem is the field. But if Stormers can get the edge, it could be in the scrummaging because their scrummaging is very effective.
So from a defence point of view, and you talk about this box, options left, right, and the guys behind, is that a regular picture week in, week out in provincial?
From all Irish teams.
Is it not the regular picture?
I tell you what, sorry, Mac.
No, have a go.
No, you brought it up, actually.
Yeah. I tell you on the box attack what happens there. Normally, say we're the 3 guys on the box attack attacking you, and we're playing that way, and the 10 is behind and we're 3 forwards. Normally they use that guy as the main carrier so that I can, if he's the main carrier, I can clean and Nick can clean, as you explained it. Then the option is you pass it to Nick or you pass it out. You hardly ever pass it to this guy because there's no supporter inside. So that is the norm. That's a typical 3-3-1-1 attack, the string that everyone is using it now. It's become the common norm. What I wanted to clear out there is they use the plus and back to the minus, or the minus to the plus.
Yeah.
These 3 guys are passing and doing interplay. Where the Connacht side, who they played now, love for this guy to pass it back.
Yeah.
They're not using these guys. So instead of Mackie passing it to me, he'll pass it to Nick at the back. So that is the variation that Dobbo must just watch. But they answered it so well, in my opinion, that if you want to kill that, you've got to be in their faces. You've got to rush. You don't give them any time to do that.
So for Connacht, was it a reaction that a trend they've been doing all season, or they looked at the Stormers' defence and felt, you know what, we'll play you to be our decision maker, the guy in the middle?
Okay.
So if I can jump in, if my feeling was Connacht was a little bit tighter on defence
Throughout the whole season?
Specifically in this game.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
On attack, they were a little bit more tighter, and I'll tell you why. So what they want is for the defense to also compress a little bit so that they can actually go wide, because they know that the Stormers closes from outside in. So that would allow them, if you have it, so they'll have the box of, third, fourth defender, getting trying to get the defense tighter so they can go deep and going around them.
My question is, did Connacht react to the Stormers' defence?
They did.
That's my question, in terms of, you bring the box in and you're saying they're playing the guy in the middle. So the Stormers, is it a normal trend? Because I'm saying I've seen this picture in all the last couple of weeks.
Let me answer you in layman's terms. In basic and eenvoudige taal.
Yeah.
I'll explain it to you. Connacht plays 80% out at the back.
Throughout the whole season?
Throughout the whole season.
The shape stays the same.
Their shape. They come narrow and pull at the back.
Yeah.
Munster, differently, they play 80% the front guys.
These guys.
So defensively, you've got to be very careful that these 3 front forwards are very good with this. And Leinster does the same, by the way. Jenkins went through with it.
Yeah.
So it's just...
Bring your butt.
But the Stormers won't. They won't worry. Because what they do well for defense to worry or to set up and cover that box shape, you have to control the breakdown.
All right, guys.
We've got